Well, hello everyone there on YouTube. I know this is going to be a shock and awe to most of you, although it shouldn't be by now if you've been subscribed for long enough. This is now me. This is my new car. Details 2002 Civic Si, also known as the EP3. Nighthawk black pearl exterior, black interior. So I've got some work to do on the paint on the outside. There's some things like the spoiler here, which has some clear coat peel. I've got some paint work to do there. There's a few little spots on the bumper, but I mean, there's nothing terrible. When you get up close, you can see them, but from a distance, it's not bad. Now, this is the SI that ran from 02 to 05, and everyone always complained that these were a little too soft and, you know, not quite what an SI should be. The wheels were too small, but I think it's struck a great balance. It's got actually a surprising amount of torque, and it's not, you know, you don't have to push it really hard to get the power out of it, and I actually really like it. It feels like a lot more than 160 horsepower. So let's take a look inside. Shut up the dinger. Alright, so you have a suede cloth interior. There we go. Suede cloth interior with red stitching. The suede, it does need probably a little bit more cleaning with some suede cleaner, but it's been cleaned well enough to where I feel okay with it at this point. Problems. Right here in the driver's side seat, there is a bit of a tear. I'm pretty good at sewing though, so I'm gonna see if I can't get that put back together. Floor mat's got a little bit of a hole in it, but hey, it is a stick. It actually has the Civic Si floor mats, which is surprising. Most of the time when these cars get this old and you find them, they've got nothing left in them. So anyway, 162,499 miles. And it really, I mean, wouldn't be able to tell. So there's a little bit of leather that's kind of been faded away here on the top, I guess from people steering like this. This is kind of coming apart, but it's alright. It's not actually moving. If you wiggle your finger around it, I just cut the extra string off and it's been fine. I've got to re-stitch and somehow get this stuff to stick at the edges because it's starting to come up, but that's all easy stuff that I can do. Of course, you've got your steering wheel out of the Insight /S2000, cruise control over here. Got a nice little cup holder on the dash. Cruise is back here, or the on switch is there. Power mirrors are there. And of course, auto down driver's side window. Power locks, of course, except just like any other Civic of this generation, you don't get a lock thingy over there for some reason. Passengers can suck it. So, I mean, the audio system is actually better than a regular Civic. It's a 6-speaker system because it does have 2 tweeters. It actually sounds pretty good. I probably will add an amplifier to it just to give it that extra little fidelity, and I'm definitely not getting rid of the Honda head unit. There's no way you're going to find anything that will match this silver trim, so I'm going to put that right out there. That's going to stay. Of course, 5-speed manual transmission. The leather on this was like terribly worn down when I got it, so you can actually see where the stitching used to be. All I did was tore the leather off the old off this boot, and it's just a normal Civic shift knob down here. It looks a lot like the one from my 05 Civic, so interesting. And actually, I think it's exact same. Down here you have a power port, little catch-all for your phone and whatnot. You have cup holders here, which have a cover that does come over them, and also they slide back, and there's a little storage compartment down there, which is quite deep actually. Little thing here, perfect for your phone again. Little pocket on the side of the e-brake, and there is a cup holder for backseat passengers. Imagine that in a Honda. You have 3 little cubbies here, but you can put whatever. So there's actually a lot of places to put things in this car. Of course, tilt and slide moonroof. Nothing special up here, just a mirror, no, not lighted or anything. I'm gonna go ahead and go around to the passenger side. Fun fact, this is actually my first Honda with VTEC. So we'll come over here, representing regular cars. And you pull up just on the handle here. Of course, there's also that tab there for the back seat passengers. Let me move my CDs over. All right, and pull the seat back to its position. And I'm going to be honest, there is plenty of room back here. And I mean, it's not great for a long trip, but for a short trip around town, really no problems. Nice little armrest here. Seatbelt guide if you wanted to fold the seats down, which are 60-40 split. And go ahead and we'll show you how that works. Bam, there you go. That's how you get out. You can have great fun with your front seat passengers if you're back here while you're driving, if you hit that. And you can see the speakers integrated into the panel here. All right. So we'll go ahead and take a look in the back here. Again, a little bit of clear coat fade, but those are the only two spots that it's there. Other than that, the paint's in really good shape. Yeah, someone's kind of got this rigged up, I guess, because they broke this. Because there's one over here and it's kind of half broken off. You can see that. So someone's improvised that. I'm gonna eventually probably get a replacement. It's probably the only way to get these things. I bet you can't just buy the cable, but I haven't really researched it yet. So anyways, it's a very good cargo area, and if you fold down this seat by pulling that lever right there, push, you can see that it will fold flat. It's not quite there because I haven't pushed it down, and it's quite a generous cargo area, so it's got a bit of utility to it too. Nice having a hatchback again. Last one I had was actually the Focus, so back in hatchback territory. Like I said, it does have some door dings and little things, but all in all, I mean, the paint is actually in pretty good shape if you look at it. So I mean, it's still got really nice shine to it. Nothing like the Accord where it was almost matte color. Have cleaned up the headlights a little bit. They were a little yellow. So nice honeycomb grille. Really like it. I'm really proud of this thing if you couldn't tell. So let's take a look in the engine bay. Give you some details. Alright, here we are. I haven't really cleaned it. I've just done a quick cleaning just to try to get some crud off. But basic specs, 2-liter IVTEC double overhead cam, 160 horsepower and 132 pound-feet of torque, I believe. It doesn't sound like a lot, but it really, if you're on 5th gear on the highway, you can just kind of push yourself along, and it's really powerful. I don't want to say really like, whoa man, that's a lot of power, but it gets you along, I mean, just fine, no problems at all. So definitely a interesting change for me, because I've always had non-VTEC Hondas, so it's a new experience for me, believe it or not, owning something that actually has VTEC and a K20, which is a bit different beast than most Honda engines, like the B series and the F series and the D series. So anyways guys, I really appreciate you watching. I know it's getting to be already 8 minutes here, so I'll leave you be, but I appreciate you watching. Keep an eye out for more things to come on this car. I've already put an O2 sensor and changed the spark plugs in it, so you know me, I'm gonna do tons, but this is here to stay for a while, and when I say a while, I mean a while. So anyways guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.